hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for To Have and To Hold Charlotte. Okay, To Have and To Hold Charlotte. It is a new show. It was on OWN. It comes on after Ayanla. And it came on, it came on Saturday. It's technically Monday. So happy Monday because it's like 12:30. And so it's a new series. It seems like it is going to be interesting. It gives me Real Housewives, feels and everything, but just not so boring-ish. It's already, pretty good. It's only episode 1, season 1. So come on and have a good little seat and let's check things out. Now, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a hoe J Bird, okay? And all that good shit and everything. So, I be trying to do both with my glasses on and my glasses off because the glasses is always a glare and it's always weird, but I can't see much without my glasses, but we're going to try to do what we can do. Do not forget to also like this video, share this video, comment down below in the comment section, have conversation with your fellow Jaybird, okay? You can also follow me on Instagram at J_Lees_corner, but all of that information is in the description box. My social media stuff, my best friend who sings the theme song social media stuff, my Teespring stuff, all that to contact me to get my P.O. box, my email address, all of that is in the description box below. So make sure to check that out too. So, okay, so the show again is called To Have and To Hold Charlotte. I don't know why I keep saying like that, but it's about these 5 or 6 couples. I watched a preview of it when they said like let's meet the couples. It's a couple or two that ain't on here yet. I'm guessing. I don't know why, because they showed us people of it, but I'm not gonna give things away. So we're gonna see. I guess they may show some stuff in episode 2. So we first meet Yandrick and Elaine, who was the main couple. Now I wish they would have had these couples posed for better pictures in the confessional, because the little picture at the bottom I can't post that because it's too small. Okay, so I didn't get a good picture of the husband front face, but it's okay. You see the side of them, it is what it is. So that is Yandrick and Elaine. And I feel like, what I'm saying, they are like the main couple who all the other couples are connected through. And they give me a keeping up with the Joneses tea. Not because they broke. What's that? I'll just make this a little bit smaller. Not because they broke or anything. You know what I'm saying? They just been through some things. And it seemed like they still trying to get their footing together for their new plateau of financial stability. And you know what I'm saying? We see they always having different events. When they go anywhere, some people always know who they are. So again, they are the Joneses, in my opinion. Keeping up with the Joneses. Joneses. I guess because I have not cut my TV on. I have not watched much television since Thursday, okay? This is my first video I'm doing since Thursday, so I'm in a whole good mood. Sometimes you need time off to kind of just mellow on out. Anyway, so they bring up again how they have all these parties. They had this, they had that, all these things, and they have a couple kids together too. They've been married for years. But recently, he said he had a restaurant, a whole business venture that did not go as planned. So that was a whole failure thing. I'm saying he also got laid off. That was a whole failure thing. And then, Elaine, she was working. She's a hairstylist. So she was working where she was working at. On Tuesday, she found out that on Saturday, the place would no longer be open. So, that was the whole, thing or whatnot. So now, he at home, kind of working from home, and he handles the children, and she has her own business, she has her own hair salon now, so she had to open her own hair salon, and people know that can be costly, okay? It can be whole costly. So I'm like, well, what it is. So we see this episode was about her planning his birthday party. So Yandrick is turning 42, and they want to have this whole party or whatever. And he like, well, it could be something small. It don't have to be a whole bunch of people. And we see the party planner guy. Oh yes, we can have like 400 or 500 people here. And she's like, oh, well, that'll be okay. He looking like, what? well, who check are you gonna pay for? We're like, where the money gonna come from? I don't know what did you where the money coming? I'm looking for the money. And then, he like, we know how about like 75 people, like it don't need to be four, five, we don't need all that. Oh, well, no, it has to be at least 200. I'm looking, and he looking like, what money is you spending? What are you talking about? Like, we have to be frugal these days or whatnot. Girl, you can't be spending all my monies. And I'm like, you turning 42. And I feel like when she said, you only turn 42 once, I'm like, people say that, like, you turn 40 once, you turn 45 once, you turn 50 once, you turn 55. I feel like most birthdays are celebrated, you have all the birthdays up until like 5. Okay, after 5, you have like, okay, now you're 10. After 10, you're 13. At 30, you go 13. Then it goes 16. It go 18, 21. Okay, 21, 25, 30, 35. It's like that. Those, to me, those are the big birthday years. That, that kind, once you over 21, it go 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. You can celebrate every year, but you can't say you turn 42 once. I do, but I mean, it's okay. It's not like a milestone type birthday. But sometimes people don't think about stuff or whatever. So I feel like he being realistic, and she again is trying to do what, y'all? Keep up with the Joneses. And I'm like, girl, you just gonna, girl, don't let it burn you. So next up, so that's Ursula, not Ursula, girl. That is Yandrick. His name is Yandrick, and her name is Elaine. And her name is spelled funny, and it don't look like it's Elaine. And the only reason I'm pronouncing it the right way because I spelled it the wrong way. I'm like, it's her name Alana, but it's pronounced Elena. But girl, okay. Anyway, next up we have Ursula and Clinton. See, does she look like a Ursula? I love her hair. Some days my hair acts right, and that's how it kind of sort of looks. Of course, my hair isn't as long as that when it's crinkled up because my hair shrinks like crazy. But I love her hair. It's very, very pretty. And I love his gray and his his salt and pepper beard. Okay, so Ursula and Clinton have been married for 13 years. They have a blended family. They both had 2 children, 2 girls from previous relationships. Okay, so they are, of course, friends with the Joneses, or Elaine and David. Not David. Yandrick. Girl, y'all know it's new people, new show, new names. So this episode is more like kind of getting to know the couples. Okay, so they basically are empty nesters now. I mean, their children are finally out the house because they're older, and so she's like, I want to just kind of enjoy life and live life, do different things, have fun here, have fun there, have fun everywhere. So she brings up like when she was dating him and courting him, and he was courting her, I would cook food for him. I would like cook his eggs and bacon grease. I said, cook eggs and bacon grease. You cook eggs and bacon grease? Eggs and bacon grease? What kind of shit? I have never had. I'm very funny with my food. Like, I like food touching. Don't cook one thing and the other. If anybody would have made me some eggs, cooking some bacon grease, first of all, I would throw it away. Because she said, yeah, the egg was just slide across the plate. Because it's grease. Because it's grease, girl. But, he liked it. Now, fry me some good bacon. A bitch loves some bacon, but I don't want no eggs cooked in bacon grease. And I don't want no bacon with grease on it. Like, I need my bacon, on a napkin. And I need all the grease, like, sucked up out of it. I don't want no grease on my fingers and on my lips. Anyway, she say, but then, eventually later, now he's vegan. And he's eating this and that and this and that. And, it's a whole different thing. I'm like, go ahead, Ursula and Clinton. So we see them at yoga. He hates yoga, but he say, in marriage is give and take. You know what I'm saying? I give her yoga, I get my sports bar. Because he said like wine, he said Hennessy, dark liquor. Honey, he likes sports bar type of shit. Cigars and dark cognac, okay? And for the most part, they seem pretty yin and yang right now. But the preview for the rest of the season, some things is going to happen. So, we see them at the yoga studio and just talking about vegan stuff or whatever, and how he hate hot yoga, but he do it for her because it was something that she wants to do. And we see them get a call from Elaine, of course, inviting them to Yandrick's birthday party, and they're going to be going. So that is Ursula and Clinton for the most part. Okay, next up we have the couple whose name I am pretty sure through the whole season I am never going to pronounce the wife's name correctly. You want to know why? Because it's spelled funny, and y'all know I'm horrible at remembering funny spelled people's names that don't, like Elaine name is spelled different, but I'll get it because when I wrote it, because how do you spell this lady's name? Elaine's name was spelled Alane. So I'm like, that can be something different. However, this person's name is Tayati. Okay? And it's spelled Tyywadi. Tawadi. I'm not gonna remember that. I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna. Y'all know me. Y'all know. And so anybody who does my channel, why she keep mispronouncing her name? That's so rude. I mispronounced a whole bunch of motherfuckers' names. Okay, including some of my Jaybirds. So I'm telling y'all now, honey, I wrote it in here 18 different ways because I'm like, I can't remember how to spell that shit. Can't remember. And they don't put the name up each time. And it's too much. Anyway, we have Tayati and David. Okay, now David is an attorney. He also owns his own law firm, and Tayati is a judge. And they met on some pro bono case years ago. They dated for 2 years. They have been married for 10 years, and they have two sons. So these are them two. So again, I can't guarantee y'all how I'm gonna say her name every time I think about it. So let's get ready for it. Anyway, they bring up how things are weird. Okay, we see them put the sons to bed. You know what I'm saying? The kids, and the kids are like, um, 9 or 7, whatever, like look, under 10, okay, under 10 years old. So, they put the kids to bed, they in the kitchen, like she getting some coffee and she like, things are weird between us now, it's just, what I'm saying, once the kids are put to bed, what I'm saying, it's less of a connection between me and him, what I'm saying, it's just weird between us. And I'm like, really, Sakati? Girl, okay. So she brings up, they both bring up how the past 3 or 4 years, what I'm saying, they have kind of been just coexisting as husband and wife in that house, and how their relationship, their marriage for the most part, has been on a decline. But they haven't really talked about it too much. They have not talked to other people about it. They just, as they say, they had just been coexisting in this marriage together with their children in the house. Like, they not beefing. They're not in there fussing, fighting, and arguing. They not even really talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? You want some coffee? Sure. What kind of coffee? I don't know what kind of, like, look, this, you here, I'm here, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying, hey, babe, you want to do it? You want to have some little sex? You want to do something? It ain't none of that. Okay? It's not good. The kids sleep. You want to have some, you want, none of that. It's that the kids asleep. All right, and I gotta be around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's whatever. So they kind of say different things, about how they stopped putting each other first, how, people from the outside looking in see them as this power couple because that is what they put up as the front. And not really a front, but they just not letting people into their personal business. They are minding the business that pays them. Okay? My quotes. Anyway, so, but they're like behind closed doors. That ain't what it is, okay? We not no power couple because we barely got them couple. We don't talk, we don't have sex, nothing. And, it's really, they just, the kids is the reason they really together, if you truth be told. So, she bring up how, Elaine invited us to Yandrick's birthday party. Are you gonna come with me? And he said, well, do you want me to go with you? And she said, I always want you to come with me, but like, the question is, do you want to go? And then he like, well, I'll let you know. I said, I'll let you know. No, just say yes, you're coming. But I'm like, all right, you just made me mad, David. You just made me mad. So, they then have a bit of a conversation. And then she like, when the boys go to bed, like you go to your own room and you know what I'm saying, it's like, we not even together, whatever. He says that's because if it seem like or feel like everything I do aggravates you and who wants to be around that? I said, oh. Well, that's different. Okay, I thought it was him being an asshole. But if I know what it's like for a person to be like, you know what? Why you breathing so hard? Why you looking at me so much? Why you here? I asked somebody, why you breathing so hard? And they wouldn't even, it was the fact that they was just breathing. I'm like, oh my God, you aggravate my nerves. So I get when someone can aggravate your damn nerves, you wonder, why are you even here? But it was not my husband. Like, this is somebody. Anyway, so when he said, why would anyone want to be around that when everything a person does aggravates you, or at least you act like it aggravates you? He brings up, because again, she's a judge. She's a judge. He's an attorney, and he also owns his own firm. He said, you be in court all day, bossing folks around, sending folks to jail, telling them what to do. You then bring that home with you. And he's like, saying that's hard to deal with. I'm like, okay. There's this thing that people say about people who work like in law enforcement and also judges. Some people, not all. I've dated a cop or two, and they do have this authority type thing where they feel like they can tell you what to do because they're doing that all day at work. And some, not all, it's like that. One cop I dated was like that. That's why that shit did not work out. The other person I dated was a cop. It worked out, and we had a lot of fun together. We're still friends now. Anyway, but I get what you mean by your job is so demanding of you to be forceful or to be in the authoritative manner position. To be the authority in the position to where you're telling someone what to do, and you come home and you feel like you have to do that with me, and you don't have to. I'm your husband or your wife or whatever. So when he said, I said, okay, I get what he mean. Okay, I get, but it's like, but does she really do that? Now she didn't seem to disagree with what he was saying. So I'm like, all right, it may be true to it. You know what I'm saying? So she says, I feel like we need some space. He said, she then brings up, you like, I think we should do some nesting. I'm like, nesting. I'm like, nesting do what pregnant people do with babies. And I'm like, you be the baby about to be born, and so you kind of like getting the house ready for it. You're making a little nest. And she said, well, this would be where there would be 1 week in, 1 week out the house, so the boys don't have to move around. So the 1 week, if the wife was in the house, dad's not there. The 1 week the dad is in the house, the mom is not there. So they would basically alternate who's in the house week by week, and living there on a regular basis. Not saying one of them can't come by to like visit, but you ain't staying here. I said, girl, you know what I'm saying? He like, so you want to separate? She said, I think it's needed this for us to get some clarity on things, because she like, right now, you know what I'm saying, our relationship is just stagnant, and she said, I'm starting to have resentment, and I'm not done, but I don't want that resentment to turn into something different. So I think we just kind of need to have this space away from each other to kind of figure things out. And then the producers say, like, how is y'all sex life? And they say, what sex? I say, what sex? Girl, look, I know I ain't never been married. I know that. But I will say this. I would never want my marriage to get to a point where we not having sex. Because we just don't connect. Like, nah, nah. I think even if we both busy, hey, babe, let me need some dick real quick. Just period. And if every one time I'm like, we need to have sex, he's like, nah, I don't even feel like it. You got like I don't feel like it until I'm gonna rape you. Like point blank, period. Because I think as a married couple, I think both people's job is to sexually satisfy the other one. So my job is to do that for him, and his is to do that for me. So I feel like I would not want to get to that point in my marriage, because I think once you do get to that point in the marriage, it's problems. Okay, not because you can't physically do it. Like if it's the baby, you had a baby, we get that. If someone is hurt and they can't, I get that. I mean, you are both able-bodied human beings with a vagina and a penis, and if they not meeting up with us, but if they not meeting, then what's the problem? But you know what I'm saying? I digress. Anyway, he brings up how, with her suggesting this whole nesting situation, that he said, I'm just scared that this situation will leave our marriage in limbo, forever. Meaning we married and we know we stagnant and we don't want to separate or divorce. So we're going to have this nesting thing. Well, how long do you nest? That's a good question, brother. That's a good question, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So next up, the next couple that we meet is Kristin and Darryl. Darryl. First of all, Darryl looked like he's a Smollett. Okay, he looks like to be one of the Dusty brothers, and he's a Smollett sibling. I mean, it's the what I didn't know their last name. I feel like he may be a part of the Smollets because he looks like them. Okay, Google the Smollets and them older brothers, and this is one of them. Is he the oldest one? I think all their names start with a J, so maybe not, but he got to be at least a distant cousin. I'm just saying. Anyway, they have been married for 10 years. They have no children, and they are like, party, 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 let's all get wasted type of family. Not family, but, they don't have kids, so they just living their life, having fun or whatnot. And, he is a financial planner. He said he manages about $100 million. I said, can I get a loan? Just 1 million of it. I don't want the whole 100 million. Can I get $1 million? Wrong side. Can I get $1 million? I'm just asking. You can't get what you don't ask for. Mm-hmm. That's why I've been putting out in the air. I'm gonna give me a husband because you had these dates with these assholes. Oh Jesus. Anyway, she see how I be going off on tangents. She is a spokesperson for a top rated utility company. Our girl, is utilities. Like we have DTE. Isn't she a DTE? Does they have spokespeople? Okay. Anyway, that's her job. So, we see them just kind of chillax and talking or whatever. It's not much. They have fun. They don't have kids. They have fun. They ride around. They go and they living their life. Okay. It wasn't too much. We do see how he was saying, I may be a great father. You be a great mother. Okay. We could have kids one day. When I would love to see kids running about, little daughter looking like you, a little son looking like me, what I'm saying? A little Smollett run around here, what I'm saying? Her, not so much. As he talking and saying that, she was like, with whose uterus and whose vagina, not mine. She says, I love kids. I love other people's kids that I can give them back to their, like, take your child. Okay, I can get a kid back to their parent. It ain't mine to keep. Okay, she's like, and I don't know if I want kids. She said I may want kids later on in the future, but I don't know right now if I want kids. People may think it's selfish, but I don't care. It's my life. I think people have every right to say kids ain't what I want in life. That's their decision. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, girl. That's your stuff. They also have a 48-hour sex rule, meaning they have to they can't go over 48 hours without not having sex. That's I mean, I wouldn't want to put a time limit on it because what if it's daylight saving times? And it's like, does that make it like a 49th hour? I'm not sure. Or far back time, girl. I don't know. But I'm like, I would never say no, but every 2 days we have to have sex. I just feel like every week we should be having sex, regularly. Like if it's Monday through Sunday, we should be having sex. You know what I'm saying? But it's been 2 days. It has been 2 days. What is we doing? Sex, sex, sex. I want to do that. But to each their own. They have a whole time limit. We do see them talking later on because he has to go on a business trip and he will not be able to attend the birthday party of Yandrix. So she will be going by herself. She brings up how the girls feel some kind of way about her one way or the other, mainly because of how she don't have children, how she kind of does not want children. So, they all kind of look at her some kind of way because all the other women, everyone else has kids except these two. But I'm like, it's always that one group or that one family, that one couple who don't have kids, and they're like, I'm good. I enjoy your kids. I send them right back, but I don't want them on my own. Nope, thank you. And I don't think that's a big issue. So I'm like, girl, whatever. So that was all that we seen with them. Again, this is more just a what they got going on type of situation. We do see Elaine and Takaya whatever meet up, and Elaine like, hey girl, you coming to the party? Is you and David coming to the party? Girl, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I want us to be there too. And then Takaya says, well, I want him to be there, but things are not so good, okay? Things are happening or whatever, and it's just things going on. So Elaine said, I know what's happening. They ain't having sex, okay? They ain't fucking. They not. They really, really are not. And that is the problem. So Takaya then says, well, have you heard of nesting? It's like, yeah, like when somebody have a baby or whatever. It's like, no, no, no. Like, it means where, it's one week where, one week, one I'm there, the other week he's there, like, and the other one isn't. And she's like, what? And so, Takiko, to what's her name? Tayaki. Tayaki says it's however I wrote it on here. I told you I would fuck it up every time. Tayaki brings up how things have not been going too good like for the past like 4 years, and they trying to get things together, and they're trying this whole nesting thing where one week one is there and one week the other one isn't. So, Elaine, like, y'all have been hiding it, like, really, really well because I had no idea. And I'm like, well, did you not really have no idea? Or, because, are you sure? I don't know. Elaine seems like she gonna be the messy one. She's like a Mariah. She's the Mariah. Not as bad as Mariah, but I feel like, it's a little bit of I'm the queen bee, so you best take heed, shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. It's a little bit of that. But you know what I'm saying? I digress. So we see, they have their little lunch thing. Next, we see Lane meeting up with Ursula. Okay? Vegan Ursula. And they meet up at a vegan restaurant, which I'm guessing Lane did not realize because Elaine came in a fur coat. Who wear a fur coat to a vegan restaurant? Elaine does. So they chit, but she said she did not know it was a vegan place. She just take his coat off or whatever. So they chit chatting, jaw jacking or whatever, and they talking about the party. Oh yeah, I invited this person, I invited that person, I invited Takaki and David or whatever. Oh, is David and other coming? And she's like, girl, I had lunch with her and she told me some things, whatever. I don't want you. Do you know what nesting is? And she's like, no. So she then tells what Takaki and her husband is going through. Like, they gonna be one weekend, one week out or whatever. But don't you tell nobody. If Tajali told you, why would you, and she told you that no one knew, and that they still dealing with things, why would you then go tell the other person? But she say, well, the reason I'm gonna tell somebody is because we all good friends. Bitch, that ain't the point, okay? I did not tell you to tell anyone. In some situations, you should not have to say, well, don't tell nobody. Like, some things, like, just don't say shit. Just don't say not a damn word. But some people don't, girl, I told y'all that damn Elaine gonna be messy. So, Ursula say that must be some new age rich people stuff. Cause I don't know who has time for, one week here and one week like that's just kind of crazy. But she do say she said that I did feel like something was off with them mainly because Takaki would be and stuff and David would not come to things and they're a couple and usually they do couple things and when a couple stops coming to couple things or if they do come they come one or the other, you realize something may not be good. Something may not be right in the water. Okay, in the water. But she do tell Ursula, don't tell nobody. I'm pretty sure Ursula went home and told her husband Clinton, but it is what it is. So we see a conversation between Elaine and Yandrick at home talking, mainly because they have a money issues a little bit. Again, he works at home since he was laid off. She works in her hair salon or whatever. But she brought up how our daughter's in this private school and she feel like every day she has to buy lunch and she don't really have to do that. Like she may start having to bring bag lunches because that school is just expensive. And you know what I'm saying. Yandrick brings up how, we already stressed so thin, like, it's over these bills with the school and just stuff. And she brings, I get it, because sometimes we do spend and do things we should not do. And she said, maybe I can work more hours on the weekend. He like, nah, 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 I don't want you or need you working more hours. You already work so much, and I don't want you, stretching yourself too thin because it's not even worth it or whatever. So, she starts crying a little bit because she felt like, what I'm saying, when I was younger, like my family did not take trips and I would work my fingers to the bone to ensure that my children have great lives and they enjoy, the fruits of mommy and daddy's labor. And, dad, Hendrik then says how he feel like, is really his fault because he's like, I feel like I failed, but I'll get things figured out. I feel two ways about that conversation. I feel like one, Yandrick seems to be realistic about we have money issues. We have our daughter in this expensive school and it's costing us so much money to have her in the school. That's a whole conversation of things we need to do. And then when Elaine then said, I'll work as much as I have to give my kids a great life or whatever. I feel like that's what parents do, but at the same time, you should not be working just to keep up with the Joneses. That's why I say they are the kind of people who seem to be trying to just keep up with the Joneses. Because I feel like, because she said, I don't want to have to be worried about if my kids can't take a trip somewhere. I don't want to be worried about if I can't take a trip with my friends. I'm like, that's your concern. If you can take girl, my thing is people, girl, if you don't save money, stop taking trips. Stop planning trips and save the money and get yourself back to where you were versus working enough to just pay. Girl, you live and check the check like the rest of us, okay? And I feel like it's great to want your kids to experience stuff, but don't do that at the detriment of going broke. Anyway, so we see it's the day of the party. And everybody came dressed up and nice or whatever, looking all sharp, looking all it was not for it didn't even look like 200 people. It looked like it was probably 75. I think his way may have worked because again, if she was there complaining about, we be having to save money and I don't know what to do, what we're gonna do. It looked like they were realistic about the damn party. Um even Tequila and David come walking in, they shades on, but she walked in like she was just waiting for someone to be like, oh, there's a power couple, oh, it's amazing. I said, okay, I see what they put up when they in public, because how they are in public isn't even how they body language was different in public around you than it is at home. But I digress. So they're going to start nesting after the part, like that day is the day when they're gonna start living apart. So we see all the couples, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, all that good stuff. We then see Ursula and Clinton sit down and have a little chit chat, okay, with Tayashi and David, okay. And they talking a little regular at first. Oh, hey, how you been? Oh, we've been good. Oh, yeah, things been great. Yeah, things been great. So, how have y'all been doing? Have y'all been taking like time to be around I'm like, and Earth and Taki like, why? I told Elaine something. I wonder. Now I feel like I told Elaine, and not everyone here knows, but no one's telling me to say no. Girl, that's what happened because she at least told Ursula, and Ursula at least told her husband Clint, because Clint then said, you know what I'm saying, so like, what's the problem? Like, what's the problem with you? I'm like, why would you just outright ask them what's the problem in their marriage? Because again, you're not supposed to know this problem. Okay. Anyway, but you can tell by how they're talking to them and the things they're saying about marriage and working things out. You can tell they know something. And then Clint just said point blank, well, "What's the problem? What's going on with y'all?" So they both like we trying to figure things out. They're both shocked. One that Elaine told either Ursula or Clint, but David is also shocked that the Kylie told Elaine in the first place. Like, I wasn't ready for her to tell people because we're still working on things, but she told her, and so what am I supposed to do? But we just were not ready to have these conversations with people about our marriage because they still figuring things out. But I digress. So we do see, they just say, they're gonna be good, they're gonna work things out, and they'll figure things out. We see the couple sitting around, and Yandrick gives a whole little great little speech of how grateful he is for everyone being there at his party, how much his wife is amazing, and how great she is, and she has been with him through all the bullshit they've been going on recently. And then he brings, they're good days and bad days in marriage, and we have to just stand fast and be, and hold on to the good. I'm like, you talking to Takaki and David, we know that, okay, it's okay, and it's okay. But again, he just giving the whole little powerful, like, we are amazing, and you're more amazing together, and all this bull stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, then you say so. We see Elaine say how, usually when couples hang out with couples, if one of those couples separates, you have to pick who you will still be cool with. Or you pick sides. You choose sides. She said, I feel like, we shouldn't keep anybody. You know what I'm saying? But let both of their asses go. I said, well, that's not nice. Then that means you wasn't really friends, at all. And the last thing we see is, Tayati and David at the house, and he's packing for the whole nesting thing, and she in the bed crying because it's still hard for her to see him leave, even though it's her idea. I did this whole review with all my classes on. Okay, girl, come through. Anyway, he brings up how he has a friend who has a condo, and the condo is like close to his job and also close to the house. So he can get back and forth to work. We can also come over in the mornings and see the kids or come back to the house and close, if and when he needs to. And of course it's close. Now I do wonder if she gonna be staying there too, or what. I don't know. So he brings up to her how, well, I grew up in my house and my father wasn't around. And, in one way or the other, that didn't impact me. And that's why this is so difficult for me, because I don't want to not be there for my kids. So I'm having a hard time with this, and it does not feel good leaving. And then she said, yeah, but it also doesn't feel good being in a marriage that is stagnant. And they both have a point. Like, they both have a full, wholeheartedly great point. He don't want to lose or leave his family, and that's a good point to have. However, you also don't want to be in a stagnant relationship where y'all not going anywhere. Like, y'all just not moving forward. You're not on the same page. Um, I think they should try counseling. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking like, what's the point of moving out if y'all ain't talking about y'all issues? Like, if y'all just not talking it out and y'all just separated, it's gonna push y'all further and further apart. But you know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. And as he leaves, she the bed crying she said how it was terrifying for her to think of her life without her husband. But at the same time, she has to face that may be a actual reality. And I'm like, okay. And that was episode 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To also, like, comment, subscribe. Girl, all the good shit. I'm done because it's 1 o'clock. I got 2 more reviews to do. So I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.